This question always falls to my desk. Why don't men commit? So I want to add some value to this question. Obviously, I cannot speak for all men. Obviously, I cannot speak for all men who have not committed. Obviously, there are millions upon millions of committed men. So this video is only a perception of a percentage. It is not a gathering of the whole. One reason that I feel that men don't commit is because they don't have to. What does that mean? So if I'm trying to hang out with you, there are benefits to hanging out with you, as well as there are whatever the opposite of benefits are. There are opportunities, issues, problems, whatever we want to label them as, right? But we don't look to hang out with people because, oh, they have a cool set of problems. Let me go hang out with them and their problems. No one does that. We all look for, when we're looking for a match or partner, and when I say we, I mean men and women, everyone. We're looking for people who match, the benefits that we like, whether that be the music we like, the, Netflix shows, the food, whatever it is. You're looking to hang out with someone who has benefits that you like, that you personally enjoy. That's called an internal value system. So the type of woman I'm looking for needs to match my internal value system as a man. If she does not, there's two things that can happen. If she does not match my internal value system, I can disregard her and just move on with my life. Or a man, depending on his maturity, will say, hey, I want to have sex. I want to have sexual encounters. Why not her? She doesn't really match my value system, so I'm not going to really commit everything, but I'll commit my dick. And this is what I mean when I say that he doesn't have to, because some men understand that they don't really want to commit, and even some women understand that, but yet women will completely I don't want to say throw away, they will give away all of their benefits. They will be cooking you all the meals. You ain't got no job. You're using her car while she's at work. You're living at her house. She's throwing sex at you to try to get you commit, which is not going to work. Now, we're not talking about all men. This does not apply to all men. I'm not trying to paint this picture that all men are this way. We're talking about a very specific situation. Now let's continue. And that's the man logic on that side. Now, the other side of that is, I know what I want, and I'm not willing to settle for a woman who does not match my value system. Now, that type of man is going to commit. That type of man is going to find a woman that he enjoys that matches his value system. This is tough because most men are not aware enough to, or comfortable enough in who they are to really admit it to a woman. To just flat out tell a woman, hey, I don't actually want to be with you. I dig you. I vibe with you. I want to have sex with you, but I'm not going to commit to you. See, a lot of men have a problem saying that from the beginning because they fear when they say something like that, they'll lose the potential benefits that she may give, which in that case, if a man was thinking that way, is sex. So here's the deal. I write about this in my book, Dear Love Life. If you want a man to commit to you, you need to understand a few things. One, you need to understand where he's at in his life. If he's just out every Friday, Saturday night chasing ass, that's the type of man he is. So I don't know what makes you think you have the ability to come into his life and change that. If you're dealing with a man who wants to go out, wants to get a bunch of numbers, wants to be DMing a bunch of girls on Instagram and Facebook, always has girls messaging him on his phone, you have to understand that going into it. Don't think that you're going to change this man, because a man is only going to change when he wants to change. It doesn't matter what type of woman is on the table. The man changes when he wants to change because it's internal. So if he's trying to slang dick, you're not going to change that. So you have to accept that this man is trying to be out here in these streets and trying to run the game. Now, the women that don't accept that end up hurt. They end up hurt because they think that they have this magical vagina that can convince a man to stop being out in the streets. And it doesn't work that way. Men stop playing the game. They stop chasing women when they desire to. You have to accept this. Now, here's the other piece. You got to understand that no man is going to commit to a woman that does not match his internal value system. All people value something different. So I want to give you a real life example. I'll tell you what I value when I'm looking for a commitment. This is something that's specific to me, doesn't apply to all men, but it's so you can get an understanding. And understand this, everybody has something that's called intrinsic value, meaning it's something that occurs internally inside of them, and they may not really know how to express it, but it occurs inside of them. Intrinsic value for me, I enjoy a woman that's peaceful. And what I mean by peaceful is I don't want a girl who, who knows all the rules to Fight Club. I don't want a girl who, when there's conflict, feels the need to yell at me, to curse me out, to, oh, you ain't shit, you ain't this. Like, I'm good. Like, to me, in my mind, I'm good in my life. I have how do they say it? I have my stuff together. So what I value is a woman who has her stuff together. That doesn't necessarily mean you need to have $30,000 in the bank. It doesn't mean you need to, know exactly who you are and you have this great job. It doesn't even mean any of that. When I say I just need a woman who has her stuff together, all I'm saying is that she can understand her emotions. She can use a little bit of logic. She has some goals that she likes, maybe short term, maybe long term. For the most part, she accepts herself in this moment of where she's at right now. That's really important to me. I don't look for a perfect person, a perfect partner. I'm no perfect person, so how could I look for a perfect partner, But at the same time, I don't want a woman who is built upon conflict, a woman who doesn't know how to talk. And when I mean talk, I'm talking about, especially if there is conflict. If you don't know how to talk, if you're petty, if you're passive aggressive, if you're super negative, to me, those are things that turn me off. That turns off my internal value system. So I wouldn't commit to you, regardless of how much I like you, regardless of how much fun we have, regardless of how much sex you throw at me. You don't match my internal value system. The most important thing, one of the most important things to me is to be with a woman of peace. You have to be peaceful. I have to be able to go to you, and no matter what, it's a peaceful situation. So that is for me. Now, I have liked and dealt with women that were not peaceful, but I couldn't commit. I couldn't be faithful to her. I couldn't commit all the way to her because she didn't match me. So I write about this in my book, Their Love Life. Men have to understand who they are. Men have to understand who they are. They have to understand what they're willing to settle for. And a lot of people use settle as a bad, negative connotation. All we do is settle. Relationships is about settling. It's not about settling for the wrong thing, the bad thing, or something you don't deserve. It's about settling for the right person, settling for the right vibe, the right mood, the right actions, the right behaviors. Settling is what we all do. Think about it. When you get older, what do you want to do? You want to settle down. So people, if you have this, I don't want to settle, I get it, but you're using the word out of context. Settling is a great thing. You want to settle down with someone that, as men, you guys need to settle down with women who match your internal value system. Because if you don't, that's why you guys end up out here cheating on everybody, lying to these women, playing them, leading these double lives. You're married, you got a girlfriend, you got a mistress in Australia. What the fuck are you guys doing? What the fuck are you guys doing? Here's the deal. As men, you have to understand these women can handle basically everything. All you have to do is understand that you're the leader in most of the situations. So as a man, be the leader and break it down to her from day one when she comes into your life, what she's coming into. And as things progress, don't just be one of these coward men and say, oh, she caught feelings. So of course she's going to catch feelings. She's a woman. Women have feelings. So if you are a man, be a man and understand that when she catches feelings, it is your job to make sure that she doesn't feel crazy with her feelings. So you communicate with her and break it down with her. Listen to me, queen. Listen to me, sweetheart. This is what's going on with me. This is where I'm at in my life. This is how I feel about you. This is what I think. And it's not about selling dreams in the future for a woman. It's about telling her right now exactly where she is. because these women are being from their biology, and I'm talking to the men now. You know, their biology tells them, not all, most tells them that it's better for them to secure one man, right? So when they have a child, that one man is there to protect them while they are not there to protect themselves, while they're not capable to protect themselves, right? That's like the woman biology, right? Man to man. So understand that when you're dealing with these women, understand that. You can't turn that against them and say that they're crazy and they caught feelings. That's what they're supposed to do. So it's your job as a man to communicate. If you have no intentions of committing sexually, emotionally, physically, financially, that's okay. Don't lie about it. Be honest from day one. Just be honest about it. Because here's the deal. A lot of guys just want sex, right? A lot of you guys just want sex. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's a lot of women who just want sex. So you guys need to meet with each other. It's not fair for you to be a guy who just wants sex and you're finding a woman who wants to be married, who wants to, build something, and you just want sex. If you know that she's ready to commit, to find her partner, you're not her partner. So stop just thinking with your dick. Start thinking with your head a little bit too. Men are supposed to be more logical. So this should be easy for us to deduce, right? If you want to just fuck, go find you a woman who wants to just fuck. There are plenty of them. Last thing, ladies, to get a man to commit to you, all right, you have to be the highest version of yourself. I don't care what anyone tells you. I don't care what the media tells you or what other men or your mom. I don't care what anyone tells you. You have to be the highest version of yourself. And here's the reason why. I believe that you attract a person based on who you are, right? Based on your vibe. If you are a low-grade version of yourself, if you're always sad, depressed, maybe you're not in the shape that you want to be. And I'm not talking about society's beauty standards. Like this channel is much more real than that. We're talking about the shape you want to be in, all right? Maybe you don't have the whatever, the job you want. Maybe you're just not as happy as you can be. I believe, now this is not always true for everyone. This is just what I believe and what I've seen based on my life. I believe you're going to attract someone based on, who you are, what you have today. So if you are not the highest version of yourself, what type of man do you think you're going to attract? If you are not the highest version of yourself, there's no way you can attract the king that you think you truly deserve. That's really not going to come down the road until you get your shit together. That's just real. If you can't respect it as a woman, your whole perspective is whack. That's just real. So some women are not in the position that they think they're in. Some of them want this man to come save them and no. Create yourself to be the highest version of yourself. I'm not talking about a job, a career. I'm talking about true introspection, true self-reflection, true understanding of self, self-acceptance, self-love, self-awareness. Once you get to that, the type of man you get won't put you through this why won't he commit bullshit. It won't happen. It won't happen. Because he's going to be able to identify, hey, yeah, you're not going anywhere. Stop it. You belong here with me. So, hey, guys, this is all my opinion. I wrote some of this in my book. Actually, I wrote a lot of this in my book that just came out, Dear Love Life, Efficient Dating in the Technology Era. I'm really excited that the book came out because I've been sitting on these topics for like a year. I've been wanting to really, really launch my YouTube and just have a bunch of videos going, but I knew I was working on all this material for the last year, so I figured I would just wait until I got the book out, and then I said, hey, you know what? Now I can, start talking about this stuff. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you want to see more of the book, the link will be below. You can just click down low. If you want to hear me talk live, I won't be swearing as much. I promise I'll keep it cleaner. I'll actually be in Los Angeles and Seattle. The dates will be below. I believe it's September 17th and October 29th. You can get tickets just from the link below from my website. Peace and love. This is summer 16, man. A lot of good stuff has been happening this summer. I know a lot of bad stuff has been happening too, but just be proud of where you are. And I hope you can share this video with someone. Peace.